And we are back, folks, for another edition of the Michigan Football Film Study focused on the offense with that man they call Al Borges. Gorgeous for short. The key is the
Key,
name he goes by, right? He
the
breaks
key,
down
Sam, the key.
the Michigan offense like no other. Like no other. Al, look at all that praise I'm raining down upon you right now.
And Sam, you know how much I appreciate it. I need all the praise I can get. I just don't get very much anymore, and not that I ever really did. But today, we're not taking any noise at the water cooler, Sam. Not doing it. Won't do it. Okay. Anybody coming, and particularly a Sparty coming with this, this
Yeah,
here.
no, you'll have to,
Over. It's over.
you'll have to worry about a Sparty coming around.
Thank you.
They were on basketball season 3 weeks ago, man. So
Yeah,
they were just looking forward to getting that game over with. Now it's behind them, and they can turn all of their attention to where they want it to be. And
an
that's
AKMP, Sam, an AKMP. You know what that is?
that is an ass kicking of mass proportions. Am I right?
That's what that is, Sam.
All right.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
Al
what that
Borges.
is.
All right. So, man, Al, before we get started, we have to get the pleasantries out of the way.
Pleasantries.
Yeah, we welcome the people to join us every single week because we love to provide
Ooh.
this tutelage. Al wants to equip you for your
Army,
water cooler battles, right?
army. It's ammunition, Sam. It's ammunition,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
for the edification.
There you go. Oh, see. And now there's a graphic that comes up when I say this. So I
Oh,
gotta
as my timing's bad. I don't care,
yeah.
Sam.
I
I'm
gotta I
jumping the
gotta
gun on this
I
one.
gotta lead into it for the producer so he can kind of put all that in there. See, because we love you guys so much, because Al is committed, determined to make sure you win your water cooler battles. We do these videos, these breakdowns, even though we don't get anything in the way of sponsorship,
No
nothing in
sponsors.
the way of donations. You know why? Because we
No,
don't own the footage.
no, don't
So
own
we
it.
use it strictly for the entertainment, the
Yes, Sam.
education, and the
And
edification
the edification
of you, the viewer, right?
of you.
Now, that doesn't mean that we don't love to have a little assistance.
Yeah, there is an answer. There's an
But
answer.
those film studies, whether it's Al's film study, which you can find a link to helping fund Al's film study on the PayPal page right there in the comment section. If you
Yeah.
don't look at the comments, just look at the description. There's a link there as well. It'll take you right over to the PayPal page. You can help fund the film study. Then at the end of the season, we cut Al a big check. We cut Al a big check. And you know how Al feels about big checks. You like big checks, don't you, Al?
Well, who doesn't? Hey, Sam, you remember Buddy Ryan? Remember Buddy Ryan?
I do.
Buddy Ryan used to charge guys for speaking engagements, which everybody does, right? He said, "Well, I just want a few bucks so I can feed my horses." Okay, he had horses. Well, I just need a few bucks to feed my horses, Sam. That's all.
I didn't know you had horses. You know,
I
Devin was
don't,
on
Sam,
here.
but that's it.
Devin was on here talking
No
about,
one
he's
needs
like,
to
hey,
know
you don't
that.
know about Al. He said, Al Borges guy. You watch how Al Borges rose up to the radio station, puts us all to shame when, when, when he rolls up. Al is a big wig rolling up to the station. But no,
I
folks,
don't
in
know,
all
Sam.
seriousness, we appreciate your support coming in on these film studies every single week. Definitely can see. And Al, you were kind of able to feel it going out to the watch party. I saw it when I was at the U of M Club of Greater Flint, a speaking engagement up there. You have fans, Al Borges.
Oh, Sam, when you don't call the plays, people tend to like you. You know what I mean?
And I mean, just all of the people who say they learn so much from watching these film studies every single week. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on Michigan's 49-0 shellacking
Oh,
of the
ouch,
Spartans, Al. This was a clinch.
ouch.
Let's go ahead and get started. We'll bring up the first play for the people to see and for you to break down, Coach Borges. And this is a telestration. Let's talk about a trap pass, Al.
Oh, yeah, here we go. We got a trap pass. Trap pass Y hook. Can you flash that one more time? Uh,
Yes.
the trap pass Y hook versus 4-2 cover 4. So 4-2 is the front, four down, two linebackers. It's quarters coverage. We call quarters coverage, 4 deep coverage, where the corners are kind of locked on those wide receivers, and the inside safeties are just keying the releases of the inside receivers to see if they can jump one of the receivers or they're forced to play vertical. But it's basically a 4 deep zone, okay, that can change based on patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. This is Y hook. This was a good play. Now we're going to start with the protection, because that's what makes this play. Got to look like a run, Sam, right? Got to look like a run. We got what looks like a simulated deuce. Remember what a deuce is when we double team to the backside linebacker on gap plays? We talked about that a couple weeks ago. That's what the left guard and left tackle do. And then the center, just like he does on all those gap plays, he blocks back and seals that in this instance, the two eye meaning the guy inside eye of the guard. Okay, the guard pulls and makes it look like it could be a counter. I call it a trap because nobody else is pulling with him. A counter, a pin and pull. Who knows? It looks like a run. Okay, whatever way. Okay. The backside tackle and the tight end, they basically have the down guy and the linebacker, but the linebacker doesn't blitz in this situation, so the tight end stays in and kind of helps Barnhart with that, what we call a 5 technique. Okay. All right, that's the key to the play. Get them all to think run. Here comes Donovan downhill. He's going to take a fake, and if that corner was to blitz, he'd abort that fake and pick that corner up. Well, the corner doesn't do that. He doesn't do that in this play, so he's really in a check release mode. So JJ's going to come and he's going to fake to Donovan. Okay, they're going to read that safety's reaction to the play action. Reaction to the play action. That's got a little ring to it, Sam. Reaction to the play action. All right. You could probably write a song about that. All right. Okay. So now here comes Barner down the field about 10 yards, 10, 11 yards, and he's just going to hook up. Okay. And then Roman's going to come from the other side of the field on a deep crossing route. And really what they're going to kind of do is see what that safety does on Barner's route. If he jumps Barner's route, hell, Roman might get the ball, Sam. He might get the ball. I bet that's kind of the first look, all right? On the top, you got, I think it's Cornelius going in and running a dig. And he's a kind of an after-the-fact guy, but he could get the ball. You got what looks kind of like a dagger there, although I don't really think it is a dagger, but he would be part of the progression if the first two reads shut down, okay? And then once Donovan takes that fakes, he's going to slip through that C gap and run into the flat so that if everybody collapses on that hooking route to the tight end, quarterback just sets his hips, takes a little hitch step, pops the ball out to Donovan, and away we go. Oh, there's the reaction. We got just what we want in this. The Mike took the hook. He took the hook. He came running up, swearing to the good Lord, this is a running play, whether it's a power or a trap or whatever. He's thinking it's a run, and that's what you want. He's the guy you got to get. Okay, there he is up. And now JJ makes the fake, comes off the fake, and starts processing everything the defense is doing. Speaking of which, this is what they're doing. You can see that the safety ascends deep, the other safety ascends deep, the corner takes the wide receiver. And the other two backers on the other side, they didn't bite too much because they didn't really get a gross run look. Because Barner and Colston Loveland are not really selling run that much. So they don't really bite. But the guy that you really wanted to get, he took a nice little bite. Okay. So JJ makes the fake, comes off the fake, and he throws a perfect ball at high RPMs. What's our high RPMs mean, Sam?
Revolutions per minute.
Revolutions per minute. That means the ball is
rotation per minute.
It's whistling, Sam. It's whistling. Okay. And because there's traffic close to the throw, he does what I call shade the receiver. Shade means throw the ball away from the leverage of the closest defender. So if the defender's inside, you kind of shade him outside. If the defender's outside, you kind of shade him inside. If it's clear and sunny, everything's beautiful and no one's near him, you drill him right in the nose with the ball so he can just pop his hands up and catch it, okay? But boy, this is a beautiful throw in terms of the velocity of the throw through necessity and the location. The location. See, oh, look at that. If that ball's thrown with a hitch step, another hitch step, it's broken up or intercepted. But it's right on time and it's placed perfectly. Watch this.
Man.
How about that one, Sam?
Yes.
It's a 12-yard gain, but it is a testament to how well this kid is structurally. Not improv. You got that too. But we want to make sure people don't lose sight of the fact that he is completing a lot of balls just the way you draw them on the board. And a testament to his arm strength.
Yeah, that ball placement. If he's late, if he doesn't put the ball in front of the receiver, it's broken up or worse. I
Or
mean,
worse. Yeah, or
because
worse.
it was the linebacker coming across kind of triggered on the play.
He sure did. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Well, you can see it again here.
Yeah, that may have been. He had a couple of instances where the ball was just like perfectly placed.
Oh, and we're going to show you those too. We're going to show you. There's another couple that. Oh my goodness.
And see, this is early in the game, and I wonder. I said on the breakdown, have you ever been in a game where you had a game plan and either something was just going so well in terms of what the defense was giving you, you kind of adapted to that, or someone was going so well, you're like, hey man, we can't take the ball out of his hands. I think both of
No.
those things were at play here.
Oh yeah, it's like a
Basically,
3-point shooter, man.
You see a play like this as play caller, aren't you? Like, oh, I gotta keep going to the well with this kid.
What's funny is the linebacker that was close initially took his drop to the field and then picked up JJ's eyes, okay, and started to run over to try and get it. But JJ, the velocity of the throw and the location made it virtually impossible.
From structure, Al.
I mean, structure,
yeah.
He's not one-dimensional, Sam. He's not one-dimensional. He got that he can run the plays the way you draw them on the board too.
All right. So
guys like that.
You like to pay homage to play callers, right? So when you're in the long down and distance situations, oh man, why would you ever throw short of the sticks? Coach Borges, why are you throwing short of the sticks?
Sometimes listen to that, Sam. Oh,
I'm just telling you what they say, Al. What they say. 3rd and 13. Why would you throw short of the sticks?
Why would you throw a short pass? Why don't you just run past the sticks and throw it there? Well, they might be defending that pretty heavily, knowing that they know how much you got to go. There are times now. I will say this, okay, so that we're clear on this. This is a pitch and catch design bubble, okay? It's 3rd and 13. This is going to have to be run after catch, right? Obviously, they're not throwing the ball down the field enough to get the first down with a completion. So he's got to catch. Now, what they do is the receivers do a wonderful job. Donovan goes in motion. Michigan State brings a corner blitz off the backside, and all the receivers just kind of wall their guys off. You know what I mean? And Donovan kind of picks the hole that looks the best to him. You can see. And then he beats one guy, boom, and he got the first down. But my point of it is there are times when the stakes are being defended, and to make a throw at the stakes or in front of the stakes is indiscriminate. Okay. So sometimes you got to throw the ball in front of the stakes in hopes that the run after catch is going to get the first down. Now, you're not going to do that every time, and you got to know the design of the route. If the route allows for run after catch, which this one really does, right? Squared up to the defense, room to maneuver. If you run a crossing route, same type of deal. You're running across the field full speed, you can catch it and square up to the defense. Now, you have another route that's a hooking type route, and you run that in front of the stakes. That's probably not a very good idea or a very good call because the probability of advancing that is not great. So you have to know the nature of the route and what the down and distance is, okay? So, yeah, you do throw balls in front of the stakes, but there are times you don't, and here's a prime example.
He had blockers in front, had good numbers out there, and they were able to get the first down. Let's go on to the next play.
Really good call by Shrome, too. I want to throw that out. I had that as one of the 5 best calls of the game.
Okay. Next up on the board, Coach Borges, another show play.
Ooh, show play. Okay. There's another. We're not going to telestrate this one, but we're going to show you what it looks like. Oh, look at that, Sam. Holy smoke. What happened there? Goodness gracious. The Michigan State defensive coordinator is screaming. He's screaming right now, Sam, because he had a sack. I mean, you look at this. I believe they sprung a twist on the left side to our right, to their left. Okay, let's watch this closely now. See what happened, okay? Oh, he jukes him. Runs to his right, finds 2 receivers. Now, look at it, Sam. Can you go back just to show me this? Because this has to be a continuation of our discussion on scrambles from a week ago, because a very similar thing happens. Okay, stop, freeze it right there. Now, what happens here is the left defensive tackle runs into Barnhart and picks him off so that the left defensive end can twist underneath him free. Okay, he's unblocked, Sam. They couldn't. They just didn't. They didn't vertically set well, so they couldn't pass the twist. Okay, but the quarterback, like he did a week ago. Remember when the left side screwed up that pickup, Sam? Remember that? Ladarius didn't stay on the end. The quarterback, all hell broke loose. We got the same thing all over again with the same result. Okay? Different animal, but same concept. Okay? So you let that run. You see, now watch. Oh, now freeze it right there, Sam. Oh, man. Sam, that doesn't look good, does it?
It does not look good at all.
Whoa. But if you look behind it all, look behind it all. Are you looking at behind it all?
Mm-hmm.
If they do it right, the receiver on top there will continue to work into the quarterback's line of vision because he has faith that JJ's going to escape, and he doesn't let him down. Donovan here should work back towards his line of vision, and as should all the other receivers. Okay, let it go a little bit, Sam. Let's take a look at this. Oh, he did it. Look, and you can see that other receiver, he's just barely on the screen, but he's doing the same thing. He might even have to reduce his route, come back to the quarterback if he feels that linebacker's in his way. But see, Donovan's sitting there now. Now, what Donovan can do here is the same thing that Loveland did, Sam. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Get a little close to the sideline, turn up the field. You with me? Mm-hmm. But Roman does exactly what you want. JJ keeps his passing grip on the ball and his eyes down the field. He escapes the first defender and play the victors.
Sam, what did they say? What did they say about Chris Carter? All he does is catch touchdowns. That's Roman Wilson this year.
That's Roman Wilson. All he does is catch touchdowns. Oh, see, Donovan was actually trying to do the same thing Loveland did as I look at that. Yeah, so you can see it's a lot of little things in football. Some of them you draw on the board, and some of you don't. But as much as it may look willy-nilly, you got to tell them what to do.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Particularly when you got a quarterback that can create.
Back to the telestrations, Coach Borges. Right. Let's get a little crisscross action going.
Okay, we got another subtle improv. Okay, this isn't not quite as much as the last one, but it's still an improv all the same. Okay, name of the play is it's 3rd and 8. We're going to run a crisscross, 2 ends crossing, versus cover 3 robber, which I'll explain when we talk about the defense. This is the run-up drill. What's the run-up drill? The run-up drill is a drill you do every day with the quarterback when he feels pressure from the outside, has to break his profile and start moving towards his target. And the run-up drill, again, it's critical to keep your passing grip on the ball, but as soon as you see coverage fall off, everybody should be working into your line of vision, and you can spit the ball out fast. This isn't a dash like the last one where you're running to the right. This is just a subtle improv move to keep the play alive and allow people to maneuver. Okay? All right, let's watch. Let's watch, Sam, what the design was, okay? If this the design, the structure. All right, at the top of the screen, you got, is it Morris? Morris running a deep ball. Then you got Roman and CJ are crossing one across the field, trying to kind of rub people if it's man-to-man. And they're the man guys. If there's man-to-man, one of those two are probably going to get the ball because there's probably going to be a running pick of some sort by intent or by not intent, whatever, because it's hard to cover a guy from one end of the field to the other end of the field, the width of the field. That's a long way to cover a guy, particularly if you're off in coverage, okay? All right. Now, here's his own guy. This is Loveland running about 10 to 12 yards right over the ball, sitting on top of the ball, knowing that if anybody sinks on those crosses, that he'll be open in zone, okay? So the structure of it is you got a little inside triangle there, right? Mm-hmm. Couple guys for man-to-man, one guy for zone, all right?
Can you, real quick, because Devin talks a lot about the triangle, can you explain that to the layperson?
Yeah, it's the delta effect, right? All players right in your line of vision, and then you pick how you want to progress the read. You understand? Depending on what you're trying to get accomplished, okay? So in this instance, he would look straight down the middle of the field, Sam. If he saw people running with bodies, right? He would know now that those crosses are going to stay on the move and the delta or the triangle effect is not going to be as much in place. If it's zone, those crossers now are going to settle. They're going to stop. And now there's your triangle. You see it?
Mhm.
Now the priority no longer becomes the crossers, although they still could get it. Now it becomes the zone player in the middle of the field.
All right.
Okay.
Al, you explain stuff really, really well.
The best I can, Sam.
I
I
don't
wasn't
take-
very smart, so I had to figure out how to tell people what to do because I sure as hell couldn't do it. Okay. Now here's Donovan. Now he's a key piece too. He's going to check. He's going to check the blitz. Okay. He's going to listen to mic ID, check the blitz, and then he's going to swing out of the backfield. And what happens on this play sometimes, Sam, is you look into those crossers and that guy, and it looks like a pile of crap. Everybody's converged in there, and God, there's just nobody open. When that happens, you can bet no one's covering the guy on the flank. So I just tell quarterback on multiple crossing routes, peek into the triangle, see what's up, but if it just looks like crap, pop your hips open, drop your eyes, and throw the ball to the outlet receiver because it's usually a big run after catch. And I got a lot of video from years past to show you what I'm talking about. It only comes out there once in a while, but the one time it does, it's usually a big run after catch play.
Right.
Okay, now let's go to J.J. McCarthy. Oh, well, first the defense. Defense is playing a 3 deep, cover 3. That Mike linebacker who's walked up is going to drop in the other direction, okay? And the guy you see that's left, we left him for the last one, he's the robber. He's the dude that plays that middle hole. See that? He's going to play that middle hole, try and take away those digs and those over routes and all that stuff coming in about 15, 16 yards deep, you know. He can eyeball the quarterback on a run, too. He can be like a rat player. We talked about rat players before. He can actually help also if the quarterback should take off, okay? So there's your robber. 3 deep, robber. He's going to rob that middle hole. That's why they call him a robber. JJ takes a drop. He goes and sees what's going on. Okay, who am I going to hit? But ain't there. So what he does, he goes into his run-up, which in that instance, the linebacker, you can see, watch the linebacker. And man, the linebacker, he's gonna kind of jump that first shallow cross, and he's aware of JJ. Okay? Now, he moves, and then what does Loveland do when JJ moves? He moves. And there's the ball. He didn't hit it by structure, but he hit it with a subtle improv that allowed the tight end to shake free.
That is some big time stuff. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. All right, let's get the rest of the play going.
All right. First, let's watch JJ. Hitch. Oh, not there. Turn up. Oh, there it is. Okay. Show it again. Now, let's watch Loveland.
Hey, yeah, as this play, as we go through it again, have you ever been calling a game and a guy was, it's kind of a piggyback off a question I asked you earlier, where you were telling other coaches, man, fellas, this dude is balling. Let's keep riding him. Have you ever done that, Al?
Oh, yeah.
It feels like they had to do that with JJ.
Oh, yeah. You had to kind of shift gears sometime. Maybe not run the ball very well, but the quarterback's hot, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you go the other way, Sam. Quarterback's not throwing very good. You got to run a little more, you know? It's not battlefield decisions, Sam. Battlefield decisions. Stuff changes out there, and you got to be able to adjust with it. What's bad is when you can't do anything. Sometimes there's nothing you can do, and that's an empty feeling. But this team's not like that. Okay, can you play that back just a little bit? Can you just yeah? Okay, good. Now let's watch. Just watch Loveland. Okay, and then let's freeze it, Sam. Once he catches it. Okay, if you can do that.
I can. Pretty sure.
You're a capable guy, Sam. I
try to be Al. Try to keep up with you, man.
Pause. Okay, see that now. Oh, good. See, there it is right there. You can see Roman on the bottom of the screen working back into his line of vision. I think it's CJ over there by the 40-yard line. If he stayed on the move, the quarterback stayed on the move, he might turn up the field, just like Loveland did. Okay. Now, on the top there, I think that's Morris, and he should work. If JJ kept the ball, he should work to the sideline till he runs out of room, and he'd turn up the field. So you can see how you still got to play. You still kind of even got the triangle a little bit, don't you? A little bit. But the big thing is Loveland understanding that JJ was in a little bit of stress and a little duress, and he had to bail him out with getting into his line of vision and keeping those chains moving with what I think is like a 12 or 14-yard gain on 3rd down and 8. I like those.
Yeah, J.J. McCarthy was feeling it, making them pay. Michigan could have very easily said, hey, you know what, we want to work on our run game. And they still would have won this contest. But, man, you want to – when your quarterback is rolling like that, I think the biggest difference between this team and last year's team is his ability, is JJ's ability to transcend the play. Like if it breaks down, if it has to be fixed, JJ is more equipped to fix plays, whether it's a bust by a teammate or, hey, they had a great call on the other side, or, hey, that defender made a great play. JJ McCarthy this season is showing the ability to still make a play out of that, Al.
He has mastered third play scenarios, okay? He has mastered third play scenarios. Again, third play. Every third pass play, as a general rule, and again, that's a rough figure. It's not exact but it's around every third pass play, he will be forced to do some kind of improvisation. And he has mastered that art to this point.
All right, Al, show play, my man, show play.
Here we go again, Sam. Now, not only can he run, but still can he pass off run? He can run. He can run. In this instance, let's go ahead see what the hell happened. There it is. Okay, let's watch. Michigan State is going to bring a blitz. Oh, we overset it, and the left linebacker got free. But just stay right there, Sam. Don't move it yet. He's all by himself. Zenter's going, oh, God, I screwed up. But JJ says, hey, don't worry, buddy. I got your back, man. I got your back.
Let's take this opportunity, Coach, because, that obviously we have some viewers who might not understand the lingo. When you say Zenter overset it, what do you mean?
Well, okay, go back and I'll show you. We didn't telestrate. It would be easier if we were, but I'll show you. You can still see it. They're sliding the line to the left, the slide protection, okay? What should happen here is, and Zenter did not step well with his left foot, so he left a little crack between him and the center, Nugent. And what happened now is he got his shoulders turned because the crack was there, and they twisted the backer right around him. Had he stayed square, okay, hand checked him with his left hand, one took the A gap, one took the other A gap, okay, he could have easily reset himself and picked the blitz up. But he did what we call an overset, where he got turned too much. You can see he realizes what he did, okay? And he could not position himself to pick up that blitz, okay? It happens. But look at what happened. Well, this is incredible now. It isn't enough to go ahead and beat the free blitzer. No, that's not enough. That wouldn't make the highlight tape. I'm going to beat another guy. Okay, he beats two guys. No, stop it right there, Sam.
Okay, hold on. Now, hold on.
Okay, I got to show you now. He's out of the pocket with his passing grip on the ball, and the wings are looking where, Sam?
Down the field.
Down the field. Okay, and he has a decision to make at this juncture. Am I going to flip the ball to Donovan and let him go like hell? Because he could. He's in his line of vision. Okay, and it looks like Loveland's trying to do the same thing he did last week. He looks like he's trying to turn up the field. We're in full hell-breaking loose mode here. We got a dash. And JJ says, well, I could flip it to him, but when I got to throw it to him, more bad things could happen. If I just tuck it, there's nothing but green grass, and I'm pretty fast too, right? I'll use Donovan, hopefully as a blocker. It didn't turn out that way. But forget about it, right? But the good thing about that play, Sam, is he always had his eyes and his head thinking pass. And then when it became obvious that he could take a big bite without that, put it under your arm, and now you become a ball carrier. But his passing grip never left that. Even when he took off, he kept it. At which point, once you break the line of scrimmage, you can go ahead and you don't need to keep passing grip anymore. But this was just so nicely done because you can tell by the wings on his helmet what he's thinking. Beat that guy. Beat that guy. Okay, who's open? Who's open? I'm gonna get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So he can run and pass, or he can run and run.
Yes, sir.
And he beat 2 guys to do it, which is probably the most extraordinary part.
Yeah, that was outstanding by one Mr. JJ.
Trump didn't draw that one on the board, Sam. He didn't draw that one on the board. I promise you, he didn't draw that one on the board. Ooh, open zone. This just a little light illustration here. We want to, no game's perfect, and this one wasn't either as well as they played. And this was just want to show how they should have picked this up. And this was a mistake, so let's just watch so we can learn. This is open zone versus a barrel cross. A barrel cross means that the 2 linebackers are attacking the A-gaps, and they're crossing and doing so. Okay, they're not going straight through the A-gaps, which they do on other blitzes. But there's actually a crossing action going on here. Okay, and this is what it looks like. The 2 tackles, defensive tackles, run at the outside of the guards, and the 2 linebackers try and time out the snap count and hit one behind the other. Okay, we all see that? That's what I call a barrel cross. Everybody calls it a different name, but that's what I call it. Okay, this is how they would block it now. The Barnhart's going to step out and try and block that 5. Zenter and Nugent are going to double to whichever linebacker shows, right? And the backside is going to double the 3 technique to whatever linebacker shows, okay? Now, as soon as they start showing the blitz, now that guy is going to cross over into the A-gap, which means now Keegan has got to take him and turn that 3 technique over to Ladarius. You with me, Sam?
Mm-hmm.
So they got to handle those 2 players, okay? That other linebacker who's wrapping around behind him, now that's got to be handled by Zenter and Nugent. Nugent actually does do it, but Keegan gets hung a little bit on the 3, and the backside linebacker ends up free. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as he sees those linebackers cheating into that blitz, he got to step with that inside foot and see what shows up. And one of those 2 linebackers are going to show up.
Yeah, that play really had no chance.
No.
Okay. Hey, we got to show a few mishaps too, few and far between.
Yeah. No, it's just that didn't happen much. I mean, those guys are pretty experienced, and they'll fix that. And I bet you never see that happen again the rest of the year.
All right.
It can happen to anybody. I've seen it happen to NFL guys. So,
all right. So let's get back to the good plays, Coach Borges. Here we go.
Oh, 3 vertical, X shallow versus 4 Tampa. I think it's 4 Tampa. Michigan State guy. That's not 4 Tampa. Well, we're going to attack it like it's 4 Tampa, okay? Looks like quarters coverage on top, all right? Same thing we talked about before. The corners have, quarter of the field. 2 safeties have a quarter of the field. You can see from motion, Barner runs right down the hash mark, and I think it's CJ on the top. He just takes off. Let's take off, okay? Go route, okay? And then Colston Loveland, he's going to run a vertical to the other hash mark. He's going to run the other. So you got 3 verticals taking a third of 2/3 of the field, okay? I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what they're doing, okay? And then Roman is running a shallow cross underneath all that. So if they carry those verticals hard and JJ sees everybody running with him, he can just check the ball down to Roman on the run and probably get a big play that way. So it's 3 verticals with a shallow cross. And Donovan Edwards is going to check. He's going to check, and then he's going to do that same thing he did on that last crossing route. He's going to go ahead and swing out so that if everything looks bad in the middle, we'll just throw it to him. Okay? Here's how they react. When the near safety, and I'm talking about the left safety, sees the crossing route, he chases it. Okay? Which isn't quarters coverage, so to speak, but it may be in his progression on how they teach quarters coverage. So he may not be wrong doing this. You'd have to talk to the Michigan State coach to know that. And I'm not going to say one way or the other, but I know this. JJ sees it. He sees what happens. Okay. He is stretching the top safety with Barner, and he's the top corner with CJ, and he has Loveland on a linebacker and an open middle. You know what that is, Sam? What is that, Sam?
Bad friggin' matchup.
That's a bad freaking matchup now. That ain't good. Not good at all, okay? Loveland is like a wide receiver. You know, he just does stuff like a wide receiver. And this poor guy just can't run with him. And it's JJ steady dropping dimes, Sam. Now, why did I put that wisecrack on there? Well, one reason is you got a ridiculous show with Devin Gardner that probably needs a little bit of advertising.
Yeah, steady dropping. That's the point. Devin dropped a few dimes in this day, but man, JJ was dropping dimes all game long.
All day. He was steady. He was steady dropping dimes. I mean, just steady. But the thing is this throw is just watch this throw. I mean, I don't know if Colston caught the ball or the ball caught Colston, because I don't know how this could have been thrown any better. That poor guy.
By the way, Al, this is a tight end clinic. You've had some good tight ends.
Oh my goodness, yeah, they did. They were unbelievable, unbelievable. Doggone it, I'm 68 years old, Sam. I think I'd have caught this. Look at this. Oh,
like that's one of those songs. Like you've been in this situation before. I've been in this where you know maybe you dropped a few passes before, right? But sometimes the quarterback can throw it so perfect. You can't drop it. Like
a guy with no hands would have caught this pass. Sam.
Right. It was so perfect. Like you can't drop this ball. It is fit perfectly on your body, in your catching pocket, and it can't fall out. It just fit in there perfectly. That's what he did with this ball. It's crazy.
I'm just telling you, son of a gun. Holy Toledo. Yeah, good read, fabulous throw, great pass protection. I would say Loveland did a great job, but goodness gracious, I mean, he's made some great plays, but that's just a routine play. Nothing to that.
Yeah, give it's the throw. Colston's great. Make no mistake. But
no, I'm not understanding. I'm just saying that didn't require a hell of a lot of effort.
He is on fire using those big targets. Al, you know, a lot of teams, you see this, a lot of teams have gone away from tight ends.
Not Michigan, Sam.
Not Michigan. Georgia's certainly a team that appreciates.
Yeah, they're the same way. Penn State does too. Penn State uses tight end.
You know, but why are tight ends like this so tough to deal with for the layperson who doesn't understand why teams? I mean, they force, you know, just don't forsake me. Tight ends were forsaken by most offenses a long time ago, but you have some guys who have brought them back, made them more in vogue, and then you see in the NFL, you got
NFL. My goodness, yeah, they're all over the place.
Kittle, Sam Laporta's doing well with the Lions. There are a few teams that have really, really good basketball.
I mean, Case, what's his name? The guy for the Chiefs, what's his name?
Travis Kelce.
I mean, he's doing so good. Taylor Swift's his girlfriend, Sam. I mean, you got to be playing your ass off to do that, right? You kidding me? Yeah, I mean, the tight ends, most of them are high school basketball players, okay? And they're one of the better basketball players on the team, right? But they just got a scholarship in football because maybe they weren't quite good enough to play college basketball. I don't know, but they're slick. They're big. They can move their feet. They got good hands and great spatial awareness. You understand? Running option routes, running shallow crosses, running basic routes, and understanding where the crevices in the defense are. They're just valuable. And on top of all that, You could stick them in the block of blitz.
Mhm.
Some of them you can stick them in the block of 7 technique. And some of them aren't as good, but they get their ass kicked with dignity. They'll get in there and they'll fight, you know what I mean? And
Just
not
get
get
away.
blown back, you know. It's so to me, you know, it's a dime. It was a dime. It's coming back. I'm just telling you, it's coming back. All the spread teams got, you know, they fired all the tight ends and got these little skinny asses in there. But now I think you're going to see a change there. You're going to see more people using tight ends, and so
Yeah, you're right. The basketball thing. You mean think about Antonio Gates was a
oh yeah,
outstanding basketball player, was Hall of Fame tight end. That's how it
yeah.
works, right? Let's go back to it and get the next one. And now we go back to a show play. Speaking of tight ends,
We put this on here just to build the argument we're making. Okay, this is Barner. Now look at this, Sam. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the protection and all that stuff this time. I just want you to watch. I put this on here just because I wanted you to see the value of a guy like Barner. They are in cover 2 man. Now, why they would play cover 2 man with JJ, the quarterback, I don't know, on 2nd and 5, but they decided to do that. That means that they got 2 guys deep and everybody else is man to man underneath. Okay, you can see that everybody covering him. Okay, well, Barner drew a little guy. He looks like a nickel or a corner. I'm not sure what he plays for them. And he ran what I call a stick return, where he starts outside. It all looks like their stick route. The stick is a 6-yard out. They run it all the time. It's one of their favorite routes, okay? And what he did is he started on the stick, stuck his foot in the ground, and looped back underneath real quick. Had a little guy covering him, but the little guy, he can't cover him, okay? And boom, there he is, okay?
I mean,
Now, my guess is if the little guy did cover him, I've seen this now, if he did cover him, he would take him and throw him off him, and he'd probably risk a penalty because he's more physically imposing. I've seen all these NFL tight ends do it all the time. The guys cover him real close. I mean, who's the penalty on, right?
right.
But that's what I'm talking about right there, Sam.
Yeah, number
That's
12
what
had
I'm
no
talking about.
chance. You know,
Yeah,
he had no chance because even if he's on him, he's boxed out.
he's boxed out.
You're
He's
sitting
boxed
on
out,
his
yeah.
6'6", 251 now.
Yeah, good luck. He's going to have to throw a miserable pass for this to be incomplete. And he doesn't. He ain't going to throw a miserable pass. But this is just a testament to the agility. Now, this kid didn't have a lot of catches coming into this game, although I watched him at Indiana when I was looking at the transfer portal kids. He is a good receiver. But Colston had done most of the big stuff, but they're getting him more involved because he's a really good blocker.
He got separation on a nickel.
Oh, and it's not even close.
And it's not even close.
This is a Travis Kelce type play. He does this kind of stuff, the same deal. I bet he has this route in his offense, and I bet he's running. He does enough of this stuff. Hell, he'll be dating. He won't be dating Taylor Swift, but maybe it's one of her friends.
Who knows, man? Those relationships tend not to last that long.
Yeah, I know, Sam, but it's not bad now. And he's making a lot of bucks. He said every time I turn around, he's on television doing something.
Right. Yeah, these tight ends, another level. And, you know, Brock Bowers, give him credit. He's the best tight end in the country. He's injured right now. He's out. They're talking about maybe expecting him back by the postseason. Legit top 10 pick, they say. But as far as position group, show me a better position group in the country than Michigan's tight end group. I'm talking about better tight end group in the country.
As a whole, yeah, as a whole. I think you have a hell of a time making an argument against that one. I mean, they're just pretty complete, and they block well. You know, they block well as a group. And we don't even mention Max Bradison that much, but he is a positive contribution to that group. I mean, he's a very, very consistent player.
Well, and the guys, see the other guys, they have, you know, not that you have to pacify, players, but they get the ball. I mean, AJ Barner, Colston Leveland especially, they get the ball. Max Bredesen doesn't get the ball. And he delivers. I mean, the first touchdown of the game, Powell drives the linebacker on the ISO.
I know.
Like, boom, let's go. That's what you want, Coach. I got you. I love Max Bredesen. I think he's
but you got to see, to appreciate Max Bredesen, you have to get beyond ball watching, Sam. You can't just watch the ball all the time and say, oh, look at that. Max Bredesen is the guy that doesn't show up in the score box much. You know, you don't see a million catches and all that stuff. but it's all the other stuff he does to open up his buddy,
That's
whether
it.
it be a run or pass or whatever.
Oh, Max Bredesen is playing himself into the NFL.
Yeah.
Mark my words.
Oh, I think all three of them will. I
Yeah.
think all three of them. All
All
right,
right.
Sam, what do we got? We need a running play, don't we? God, we need a running play. We haven't even done a run. I can't go without doing a running play. We got a counter OT. It's not a counter OT. It's actually an counter OY. We forgot to correct that. So that O means the backside guards pulling and the tight ends pulling. Counter means it starts one direction and goes the other direction. It's versus a 4-2 with a spill technique. What's a spill, Sam? Explain what a spill is to the listening audience so they can kick ass at the water cooler.
Hey man, you when you spill a ball, man, you bounce it. You bounce it out, Borges.
You bounce it. You bet you do. You make that play go outside. You blow up the vertical seam inside you, which in this instance is the B gap, and you make the ball go around, hoping your buddies will swarm to the ball. Okay? Sometimes it's good, sometimes not so good, Sam. It just depends. All right, let's start with the X because he's imperative. He goes down and blocks that near safety and takes the corner with him. Sam, does that look familiar to you at all?
Because I thought immediately Ohio State.
Ohio State, yeah. When I think it was the triple call by Olu when Donovan took the ball for the first long one.
It was.
Okay.
That was it. Absolutely it.
Yeah. Okay. There's your 2-for-1 exchange on the crack. Okay. All right. Next. There's your deuce. There's your seal. There's your stab peel. And here is your puller. Now, the puller's thinking when he pulls, he's going to kick the dude out. That's what we'd like to do so we can hit it inside because those are the big plays, right? But this side guy said, I'm not letting you kick me out. No problem. I'll go ahead and hook you since you're going to spill it. Now the rapper's got to see the picture, know that he can't come inside, but now he's got to kind of skip outside, and he's going to meet that weak inside linebacker around the bend. See that, Sam?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to meet him around the bend, and this play's going outside. Roman blocks the man on him. Samaj wraps around Roman and blocks that safety, okay? It might be a corner now that I look at it. All right, so the back gets the ball, and it's Blake Corum, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
He sees that B gap is restricted by the spill, and he just gets on the tight end's butt, who is Barner, and just runs the same path he does, right? His entry point is outside this time because of the spill. And you got a soft flank. Why do you have a soft flank? Because the crack eliminated 2 players.
Mm-hmm. And that's a good play. They wound up getting 30 yards on this play because you had 2 penalties.
Oh, I know. Jamin and Christmas, man. Their guys. He tossed him out of bounds. There goes one. There's a flag. And then they had, I think, illegal hands to the face or something like that. Goodness. Yeah, we're going to have a melee here for a second. This isn't looking real good right now.
But you know what? I like that. Hey, listen.
Sam, I never broke those fights up. I ran like hell when I saw those. I'm not going to be Mills Lane. I'm getting away.
You tell me, Coach, a game like this, I'd have been telling my players, listen, number 9 especially, hey, look, every one of you guys protect yourselves at all times. But the guy, hey, number 9, number 2, our ball carrier, go protect your guy. Now, don't get penalties, but if some extra, you better be over there helping your guy. Not as if you have to tell them that, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, they're going to outnumber you, and you're on your own sideline. So you don't want to brawl.
You want to fight,
but you got to cover each other's back.
Right.
Now, me on the other hand, I'm a coward. When those things break out, I run for the hill and I let the referees break them up, and I yell from a distance, "Hey, stop that! Stop that!" From a distance, okay? Because you get too involved in that.
Al, okay. Zombie apocalypse comes, I know not to hang with Al Borges.
Yeah, no. Hey, Sam, when I was young, I used to jump in there and pull bodies off. Oh, I did. But after some cut eyes and a few deals, I said, screw that crap. Let the referees break it up.
You start making business.
I'll just yell from the back line. Hey, stop that, guys. Stop that, boys. Don't do that.
Al start making business decisions.
Oh, shit. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I got that one figured out.
Foxhole, Al. I thought you were a foxhole guy.
Oh no, Sam. I still a foxhole kind of guy. Push comes to shove, but when there's somebody designated to take care of it, I'm going to go ahead and let them do it because when I did it, I always came out bumps and bruises and cuts.
Okay. So, Al, we talked earlier. I mean, to start this off, we talked about a trap pass, right?
Yep, we did.
Why don't we finish talking about a trap, Al? Why don't we
Yeah.
finish? Why
This
don't
one is it's a little different in that it's off a naked trap pass. Okay. It's a naked trap pass, which I've seen him do this one. You know, it kind of looks like a counter. JJ kind of reverses out, but the back hits straight downhill.
oh,
Had a couple different options on this one, but he's rolling, so he's throwing that thing down the field. Sam, he's
man.
running hot right now. He percolating. All right, so he said, I see somebody down the field. I'm going to spin it in tight. And this is my last play. They're going to take me out after this, so I may as well go out with a bang and throw a touchdown pass. Okay, Harbaugh's fired up about it. You can see that. Look at him. He said, all right. This is a beautiful look. Okay. Naked trap, Y over. I gave it a name. I don't know. They probably don't call it that. But naked trap means they're going to fake the trap and roll out of the pocket off the naked action. They're playing 4-2, cover 4. I think we've already gone through this. You should know they're just playing it a little tighter because they're inside the 10 or right at the 10-yard line. And first thing is Clemens, he's going to run a little corner out. This is a great view of this play. Great view. He's going to run a corner out, and then Bredesen is going to go down and seal that 5 really hard and block him for like 4 counts, okay? Make sure that he can't pull JJ up. He wants JJ to be able to break contain if he can, and if he seals him good and there's nobody blitzing outside, JJ's going to have a lot of time to make the throw, okay? Then you got Loveland, who kind of starts left a little tiny bit, not much, and then slips into the near flat. And he's open. He could have thrown him the ball on this, but like I said, he's running hot. I'm throwing that ball down the field, coach. Forget about it, okay? Okay, now the center and the right tackle kind of pinch off that guy over the right guard. Center goes back to seal him, and Barnhart goes down, kind of crunches him. But so between the two of them, he's viced. There's no place to go, okay? The left tackle, left guard come off on that deuce technique, simulated deuce. They're not going downfield because it's a pass. It's not an RPO. They're going to double that 3 forevers in a day, as long as they possibly could get away with it to sell the hell out of that run, okay? And then the guard, center's going to pull and block that 7. 7 tech means the guy inside the tight end, okay? So that looks like a run. Sure as hell looked like a run last time to him, didn't it? And then the guy that catches, it's kind of his night. You know, hell, he's going to get himself some dates too, is Barner. He runs an over route behind the linebackers who, as you'll see in a second, create that cavity for him to run that route, okay? The fake is to
Benjamin Hall.
Hall, yeah. Benjamin Hall, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Benjamin Hall. Benjamin takes the fake. He's not in the route now. He's just going to sell the hell out of the fake, okay? And then JJ's going to run on that I call that 9 to 10 yard arc where you're gaining depth so you can get your shoulders turned. He's going to the right, so it's not real high risk. He can get this off pretty quick where he doesn't have to turn to make the throw. And then after the fact, after Bredesen blocks for 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, then he trickles out into the flat right behind Colston. Okay? Now, those 3 highlighted guys, who are those guys, Sam?
The
3 amigos. The 3 amigos, they bite like a big dog. Oh, do they bite? Son of a gun. They bite like crazy. The safety of the corner, they just kind of fly out of there and defend the corner route. Although, like I say, the corner on that side gets enough depth where Loveland's, he's a pitch and catch throw too. All right. And there's where the ball, turn out the lights. That's it. Turn out the lights. The party's over. That's it, Sam. That's it. You can turn out the light. And they could have at this point, but we want to let the backups play a little bit. So they left the lights on at Michigan State Stadium, but they could have turned the lights out because this was it. This was JJ Swansong. He came out after this play.
From the back angle, too, I think.
On the move, step to the target. It's too easy, Sam. That's too easy. Harbaugh, he fired up again.
Mm-hmm.
Look at these bad diagrams. One more time, Sam. Let's look at the bite. I want to see the bite. I want to see the big dog bite.
Wide view or the end
The
zone?
tight view. I want to see the tight view so we can see the big dog bite. Watch those three highlighted players that we had. Both linebackers and the safety.
Ooh.
Oh, ball. Look at that hole open up. Look at that thing. Look at this opens up like Moses in the Red Sea. He raised his hands.
You see all three players looking at this.
Oh, jeez. They go, holy smoke.
Wow.
They're thinking that ball's going to be given to Hall, and it's not. You know?
Hall is about to catch hell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, he's good. They go. There's a team meeting on defensive team meeting on Hall, but the problem is the ball is going the other way. Okay?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Well, that's a pretty good little deal right there, Sam. We might want to run that one somewhere down the road. That looked pretty good to me.
Yeah, they give you some wrinkles every week. They give
do.
You know new stuff.
They do, but the one observation I had is, you know how they always give you a little more nuance in a run game, like 3 or 4 plays. They weren't very good this week. Usually, they give you like 2 or 3 plays that subtle little changes off their base stuff, but not much of it was good. The Michigan State actually defended most of that stuff pretty well. They didn't defend much else, but they did defend that.
Well, Coach Borges. So we didn't get a chance to get to this in the breakdown because I was on one, as they say. I apologize for letting my.
Oh, you were just annoying.
Look, I wouldn't be me if sometimes you got to just express yourself. And
the question was about what was it about? Yeah, Matt Rule. And all of a sudden, in one fell swoop, you were on a soapbox, screaming like a carnival barker about Ryan Day.
Yes, I was. It's all about Ryan Day, which makes us look forward to it. But speaking of Ryan Day, someone asked, I'm not about to go off on Ryan Day right now. Someone said, Al, can you talk about, or can you guys sort of break down Ohio State and Penn State, which coincidentally,
we're way ahead of you.
Yeah, we were actually doing that. So we're going to focus our attention next week on Ohio State and Penn State. Just because it's a bye week for Michigan doesn't mean we're going to take the week off.
Yeah.
We're going to talk Penn State and Ohio State next week.
What we did, tell them what we did yesterday, Sam. I met Devin. I told Devin, stick around after your show. And we sat in about an hour afterwards, and we just went over about 15 plays from that game just to get a little jump start on what we're looking forward to.
Yeah, man. And it was Drew Aller, very, very talented guy. I think Drew Aller is more talented than Kyle McCord. I think both quarterbacks have struggled to take the next step. Difference for Kyle McCord is he was at home and he has the best receiver in college football to erase a lot. Whereas Drew Aller, I mean, yeah, he had some bad ball placements, some bad decisions, but he also didn't have a guy that can erase some of that for him.
Right. And it was a big moment for him too, Sam. He had never been, as a starter anyway, in that kind of hostile environment, and there were growing pains that come with that. That kid's going to be a good quarterback. I will swear by it. But Saturday was not his day.
Right. No doubt. So, folks, listen. If you like these film studies, we appreciate you coming in and showing your love because we do them for you. We do not make any money off of these film studies.
Not a cent.
Because we do not sell it in any way, shape, or form. No sponsorship, no advertising, because we don't own the footage. And because we don't own the footage, we don't monetize it. What we do is use it strictly for the entertainment, the education, and the edification of you, the viewer. If you want to show your love for that, then all you have to do is click that link right there in the comment section, right there at the top. It's pinned to the top. It'll take you to the Al Borges Film Study PayPal page, right? And we keep that going all the way through the end of the season, through the Big Ten championship game, through the opening round of the playoffs, which we're going to see Michigan. And then at the end of the year, we cut out that big check.
Vacation. Right. I might take my wife on vacation, Sam.
Maybe you'll show up at the national championship game, Al Borges.
Who knows?
Right?
So.
You could be funding Al Borges going to the national championship game.
And
Think
you know
about
what
it
I might
like
do,
that.
Sam? You know what I might do? I might buy myself a nice water cooler.
Ah,
That's what I might do.
it'd be
But
good.
think about it today, Sam. Think about it today. Today, you got Y hook, ball placement, play action passes. You got crossing routes with run up throws. You got spinning a ball over the top of for Tampa perfectly right there. You got tight ends doing little stick returns. You got counter plays with spills. You got naked bootlegs off trap action where we're hitting over. Oh, Sam, the ammunition. Congress is going to have to pass a bill to pay for the kind of ammunition that they're getting. It's amazing,
folks. Well, if you enjoy it, we appreciate you, and we'll see you next week. That PayPal link is also in the description. If you don't read the comments, go show some love over there, and we'll show you love again next week on the next edition of the Michigan Football Film Study, focused on the offense with Al Borges.
Bo Blue.